Today is more of an review of a very personal thing I've been doing lately, which is gratitude journaling. I started gratitude journal because I was pretty down. Like I'm always constantly have negative thoughts, and I kind of Google what's the best way for me to get out of this. And doing gratitude journaling is one of the things that is recommended for people that always have negative thoughts. So this is my review, like a very personal review after I think 15 days of gratitude journaling. So my very honest review is I can actually see the changes in myself. It's not a very sudden thing, but over these 15 days, I can see that I've been thinking way more positive things. I look at a lot of things, a lot of scenario in a positive light, way more compared to what I used to do, right? Always thinking about negative stuff and all this thing. For example, today I actually kind of hurt um, my ulnar nerve, which is a nerve that's responsible for the movement of part of my hand and finger. So um, if it is me, probably even just 15 days ago, I would be very, very negative, very, very fearful of like what's going to be, am I going to lose my hands and everything. But today, when I found that particular problem out through the symptom, when I checked with the doctor, what instead in my brain is that I'm glad that I actually found this out pretty early because right now I still able to move. So the thing that I need to do right now is basically go through kind of like a rehab period where I need to do some exercises, some movement for me to allow my nerve to glide so it can go back to normal function and slowly gain back control. So it's a very big shift in terms of how I look at things, and I think that's the beneficial part of gratitude journal. But gratitude journaling isn't something that is easy to do. So actually in day 4 to like day 7 of me when I was doing it, I have a lot of thoughts of thinking to stop doing it at all because there will be days that I just have not much thing to say that is positive. But going into mode like creating a system for me to force myself to do it, when I start writing it, I force my brain to think whatever that is positive, even the slightest, and write it out into the journal and to be grateful and gratitude about it, which isn't easy at all. But like over the 3-4 days of down period I have, I think I'm pretty fortunate that I kind of very fast able to adapt into this new scenario. It actually changes how I started to look at things because constantly forcing yourself to look at things in a positive way when your brain is kind of systematically conditioned by you over so many years to think negatively, it forces your brain to change the thinking pathway when you look at things. So um, after day 7, I basically start to notice the changes in my daily life. Like I start to look at things very positively most of the time. And even if I have negative thoughts, right after the negative thoughts, my brain will automatically kick in like to think like in this negative situation what supported positive things that I get from it, right? So I believe like continuing down this journey and doing it every day, I will get a lot of benefit throughout. So for everyone else who's thinking about doing this gratitude journaling for yourself, I definitely do recommend you to do it because it's very, very helpful for you. And one thing that I want everybody to kind of know is that there will be a lot of days that you don't feel like doing it. I think like I would probably go back into the down period again. It's normal when you're trying to build up a new habit. This always happens. The grateful part I have is I've been studying about how to build a habit for very long, including Atomic Habits, the book, including a lot of different books that I read. So I know how to build a habit, and I build out my habit of exercising every day, basically light exercise and heavy exercise, a combination of both, in like using like 3 to 4 months. So I know building up a habit is definitely hard, but you just need to force yourself through, right? Once you force yourself through that, creating a system that you must follow, like you kind of condition yourself, like if you don't follow this, your life would be sucked forever or you would die. Which might not be the best thing, because the way that you want to build a habit, the most healthy way is to think positive thing. But if you couldn't do that, then put yourself in like a kind of like a life threatening situation. If you don't do that and force yourself to go through that, eventually the habit will build up. So yeah, so try to do it every day, and I personally do it before I sleep. So basically a conclusion of what happened throughout the day, and get myself into a mode of like thinking a lot of stuff and gratitude about a lot of stuff before I went to bed. So the next day I wake up, so I go to bed positively in mentally and positive mentally, and the next day when I wake up, I feel actually much more better. So that's what I do. But if you guys thinking to do it in the morning, I think it works as well, but I personally prefer doing it in nighttime. So yeah, I think that's basically about this video. I do recommend everybody to do this for real. Like, it changes the way you look at a lot of things. But I think everybody adapting period might be different. You might not able to look at the changes so fast for some people, but it's okay. Sometimes you just gotta stick with it, right? When I first started exercising, I don't see changes until month 2 or month 3. So it's a long period. I think a lot of people didn't see changes in their body in even like 2 months, 4 month, 5 when they're exercising. So it takes time for you to build up, like even mentally or physically, on a lot of things. So do remind yourself of that time to time, and force yourself to go through the system that you will eventually create for yourself. For example, exercising, or even this gratitude journaling. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.